Well, wake up, folks. The final map of the day, the final map of the week, might I add. LCQ is a couple weeks away. A lot of things can change in those weeks, maybe even teams. But we got to get there first. Who's going to make global finals? Where's the plane line? Where's the circle? Who dies first? All of the questions about to be answered here shortly. And a quick look at the circle tip. Looking like we might see a circle way down towards Manor this time around. See if some teams change things up.
This is everything, and you have your 3 bubble squads over to the left. And well, if one thing's to be the same, it's this Huncho squad on your screen, consistently hot dropping throughout losers round, lower round 2, and even into the EMEA finals. Now they've already ripped one, but can we find another? But this isn't even alone. We still have another squad to their left, and it's Team Intercensal.
Yeah, funny enough, both of these two teams both have Maze org members on opposite sides, not playing together, and there's a sandwich with Ghoul right in the middle. Don't love that spot in the middle of this building. Decent spot for some loot. Huncho has seen them here over and over again. Map after map. They've traded wins. This team is on the fringe. This is your 12th place team right now. If they maintain position, if they throw an average score up, they will likely make global finals. And if they don't, just below average, they likely don't make global finals. So all eyes on this squad. But yet again, this fight will probably take a long time. Nobody wants to make the first mistake, especially with 3 teams here. It's gonna get real mixy real quick, and you can see all 3 teams, looks like control deck, gonna be the first to push the equation. And will they get punished or paid for it, Tiff? That's the question.
No, that's new. There's 4 squads here. This is not good. The shock stick coming on in, catches them off guard, and now if I'm Huncho and I'm the opposing squads, we are struggling. I was looking at Huncho, I'm like, okay, cool, we got the BP-50, we got a solid SMG, we have a trophy to work with, we even have C4s. This is good ground loot in terms of this, but when you've got sheer numbers and control deck squad really just like eating apart the opposing teams in your area, it's going to give you a moment of reprieve, but you are not safe here.
Yeah, and frankly, that control decks team, no wonder they pushed the equation and tried to be the first aggressor. They're done in 33rd. I mean, they need to fly at every team they can and just hope they win and play perfectly. If they play perfectly, they can make it. But it's going to be a lot of gunfights they need to take, and a win likely to make it to the global finals. We'll see what they're able to do as they swing on this next fight. And after a little while, we're going to have to rotate around and see what's happening the rest of this map. This fight is crucial. There's a lot of fights happening around, everyone wanting to get kills early. Huncho does get their buyback back in, so everybody's got 3 up, and 3 teams fighting, all 3 alive. Everybody kind of playing slow. Let's see what's happening on the other side. As Tiff, well, uh-oh. It looks like we got some problems here with a former World Series of Warzone and a solo YOLO champion, Mr. Blade himself. Last alive on Island. Contesting
15th place.
Contesting Gravelock, maybe? What happens out here?
15th place on your leaderboard, and it is down to a solo Blade who has to channel that inner solo YOLO and stay alive.
So
but we
true.
are as far southeast as we can get. So what does a chance for a regain look like? Well, for Huncho, trying to stay onto that 12th place, we finally get all 3 back alive, and now we've got to contend with yet another squad. Is Team Savvy Ultras, a squad with a lot of land prowess and competitive Warzone history as well.
Yeah, Savvy Ultra Squad too, like kind of right on this fringe. They're a little bit up on the fringe, so they're up in that kind of like almost safe margins. So they're gonna keep frying and slaying and trying to get these eliminations, and they are pushing the equation. They feel confident. Quick cleanup, looking easy at the top 10 for good reason. Nice cleanup hunch. Everybody else in this area in trouble and into the gulag, and I want to see these gulags because, folks, if Huncho dies here, Teammate G dies here as well, they are in the lobby and likely not making the global finals, having to battle at LCQs. If they win here, they still have a chance. This is your 12th place team, and lost in the sauce, but spins, turns, and hits dummy down, sends him away. See you later. One's back in, so G has a little bit less burden of responsibility on this fight.
No money. We'll have to deal with that. Weave and Stimmy in the goosh. Okay, I'll take that one. We'll check back in with them later. But for Savvy Ultra, it's still a team of 3. We grab the bunker buster, throw it straight onto fire, but we get caught out from the left and punished immediately.
This is Zach. Vision coming in. Top team. Spraying and praying, getting eliminations. Showstopper down below. Vision on the cross. looking to play spoiler to some teams. This is what we expected from them, as again, we didn't harp on it too much going to the 6th map, more on the 5th map. Showstopper's team definitely makes global finals. Nothing can change that. 110 points. So at this point, they want to fight some of these teams that are on the fringe. They likely know there's some teams here on the fringe. They want to come in and clean up. It doesn't matter if they get wiped early. They can play hyper aggressive. There's literally nothing on the line besides wiping good teams that aren't in the quote-unquote money, in that threshold. So Zeg's going to try to make sure that doesn't happen for this squad, Savvy Ultras. Try to answer back and use them as free kills, as it looks like Team 34 actually the ones to get that cleanup.
Yeah, you saw immediately goes down there. That's going to be Team Viero on the opposing. Now, they came in from lower round 2, 14th overall, but King Chalk on your screen with Nadia still upstanding nice and in the gulag, and we're going to go ahead and go for the pickup. 5 kills alone for just one player on that squad. You love to see that.
Yeah, definitely do. These elims are going to come so in handy later if you can get some multipliers. And again, it gives you a little bit of breathing room in the mid game to not have to hunt teams down on edge. You can totally play for in-game and zone and play for those win condition spots, high ground, buildings, and the last pieces of cover or otherwise. Excited to see where these next couple zones go, though, as we've got a lot of teams in this area. It looks like 3 full teams, all split up, separated. A couple players trying to play anchor, but are going to be caught out for it with 3 teams in this area. Can't really be this split from your team. An easy cleanup. Savvy Ultras makes it 2v1, even though that team technically had player advantage, because there's another team right on the horizon. That's Monzo, Pink Turtle, Skinner. This is one of those underhorse teams that have been battling through lower brackets to make it here to regional finals and then make it to globals. They've had a decent day today. They had a good start to the tournament and have kind of gone a little bit quiet. Now near bottom of the leaderboard, about 29th. So they need a big map here, and this could be the map to do it, but they need to swing on this team and just win the fight. There's really not a lot of time to work with. You can't just sit back and play super slow when you need a ton of points.
And there's a benefit from taking out Team Savvy Ultras and denying them a good game here, right? Because this team is in 10th place. And if you're looking to get into the top 12, despite being relatively far out of it for now, the points disparity is pretty muddy in those middle positions. So you can jump up a lot of room with a solid game, but you have to take down the teams that are going to be on that fray here and now. And this squad in 10th is only safe by 5 points.
Yeah, it's razor thin margins. You got to make a big move, and sniping people out of the air certainly will help if you can land them, but gonna be here for a little while. I'd love if we could just swing over to Chow's perspective as we see this fight unfolding. It'll take a while for these teams to wipe each other. Last I checked, Chow was driving along in a vehicle, sitting in 20th place, just kind of barely on that edge of being able to make a play. That Chow team, Tiff, I was taking a look at it. They actually pulled up, I think, 2 to 3 recons already. They know they have to play for in-game, and they want as much info as possible. Here's a look at them right around the corner, actually, from those teams. Chow, alive with VDAT. They've lost 1 and having to loot back up as VDAT likely came back from the gulag. They have 3 recons up right now, figuring out where to go. So this is why they've got the vehicle and they're rotating so aggressively and are in a bit of trouble. Same thing here with Savvy.
And we still go back to this fight with Team Skinner here, this time in the LTV, down to a duo. And you have 3 people focusing their direct attention straight on you. Looks like they're going to be okay for now, but checking in here with Team Cams, another squad from the outside looking in 13th place, just 1 point separating them from Team Huncho in 12th.
Yeah, the Spanish team, frankly, is a very good team, but they had to battle their way after losing. They had 24th in the upper bracket last time they saw these matchups. They get a bit of a revenge tour here, currently in 13th place, just barely outside the threshold. They need a good game here, and all 3 up. They got plenty of resources. They're actually in a really good spot. Look at that cash. I mean, they're spending it now. So we're about to, we're moving into the 3rd circle, likely a fire sale up, or they just finished spending their cash. I mean, they've got like 13K still after buying their UAVs. They're feeling really confident right now with a wide open rotation on what looks like a solo Chow up on top of the hill.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, right? When you think of the public event that occurs at the front of Circle 3 popping, right? It's that fire sale. So you're going have all of those discounts where a lot of teams are either A, focusing on getting their teammates back if they needed to, or B, they're grabbing all the UAVs at a budget to grab an advanced UAV. That is going to provide them so much information when in turn they need to hit an open rotation. And Yavix's crew here from the suburbs are relatively open, free, and clear, but they're almost dead center of zone and there's not a lot of cover. So depending on where the circle starts to shift, that's where they're going to have to send their attention towards.
Quick note, I love the breakdown, especially about fire sales. It's so important for the rotations to have information. And speaking of info, that kill feed lighting up left, right, and center. I see a full team wipe. Inxion was sent to the gulag, and it looks like Inxion just beat Savvy Ultras. That Inxion team is in 8th place right now. Again, threshold we're expecting to be anywhere between about 70 and like 65 maybe. This Inxion team was sitting at about 75, so they should be safe even if they can't restabilize. But again, that's another team that does tend to slay out of the lobby. And if you're a team looking for kills, that is super important. Some of these top teams need to get eliminated so the lobby is up for the taking. That HMOO team, that Gromalok team, that Showstopper team, they need to get wiped so that some of these other teams on the threshold have a chance to get the kills they need.
Checking in with our map winners from the prior drop, and actually, well, they've won too, and it's good to see what they look like in this mid game. Now granted, they're rotating in from that north power area, and we've ran into Team Savvy Ultras, a team that has found themselves on the cusp. And if you know anything, this squad has so much gunpowder that Savvy Ultras' team needs to find a way to say, this is not a smart fight for us to take. Yeah. We have too much at stake here, and we need to worry about the trajectory for our long game. But imagine Team Echo coming in and making a dominant statement, cleaning out that north side. What if they go on to win a half of the lobby series?
No, I think it's a great call out. I think there's a chance they could. I mean, all three up there looking really strong. They have a nice little zone pull. Here it is. Big rotations for mostly everyone. And who's on the edge of zone hunting the zone? It's the squad we're talking about. They are finding kill after kill, elimination after elimination. Teams that need it, and this team maybe doesn't, was sitting at about 8th, 7th place or so, somewhere around mid 70 points. Similar deal. They've done enough already, Tiff, especially with the map they already have, about 8 points or so. They already have like 8 kills. This is enough. They've made grand finals, and they're just adding insult to injury. They are ruining other teams' lives in this tournament, and that's exactly what they should be doing. Stukex falls, and I saw Inxion, by the way, fall in the kill feed again. Team White repop back up. That team is out of here. Also kind of on that fringe. They should make it, but it's going to be close. So we swap over back to Cam's 13th going into this one.
Is Chow's team fully eliminated? Because War's squad just went massive in the kill feed, but Cam's needs a Hail Mary play. Finally, starting to push things that just a few points outside the top 12, but the teams that are in that 12th place spot, I'm talking Team Blade in 14th, Team Rakes in 11th, Zach in 12th. They're so close, mere decimals that are going to be separating. And if you think about it, and we're looking to get further into the multipliers, we're looking at 1.4x. If we can just wait it out, there it is, locked in.
You can see on that mini-map too, you got Team 20 fighting Team 2. That's Gromalok's team near the top of the leaderboard fighting Kong Squad in the 30s. And it looks like Kong Squad is winning that fight. I believe our Inkyo squad is nearly fully wiped with just a floater in the air after a buyback. Camps is going to come in and try to third-party this. This is the right call. They know. This Spanish team knows that they have to get these eliminations. Anytime they can third-party and take over Bazaar as theirs, it is a huge boon to the success, especially with this circle likely ending here. We've seen a zone in here in the past. We saw it in NA. You gotta watch out for this. This is a massive moment to lock down a section of this POI. And right now, things not going their way, just mistimed thermites or otherwise. But they do have high ground as long as they don't get sniped.
Gauche. 12th through 13th. Those are the two teams. Team Zach just rotated south of this to Chow Team Darcity. But those two teams are the threshold.
Oof. Team 12, Team 13 still in it, about to fight here shortly. And Chow, about 20th going into this, just waiting on something from the Gulag. And, well, I think they said, I don't know if we have anyone for you. How about you head back to the lobby and try to figure it out as a solo? Will he be able to do it? Likely not, frankly. But, hey, give him a chance to float over Bazaar and do a little aerial cam for us. You can see some smokes. You can see some blowouts. You can see some teams down here. And Chow's about to be in for a rude awakening. Decides to go low. Definitely the right call. See what happens as buys continue to come through. Bazaar is the place to be. We've still got teams up in farms. We've still got a couple teams rotating in south, but I am so excited to see what happens here in Bazaar, and hopefully a team can surprise us as Chow does get a buy off. There's still a chance.
The fact that we don't lose our life and procure the buyback is insanity. Knowing that there's so many teams here, and it does center up just across Bazaar. So we still have the buy station in Bazaar in play. There's a mobile down out towards the south that Clavson and co are really trying to anchor down on. They also have that redeploy zip, and you're taking control and denying that from a lot of teams. But towards the north, you're going to have a mass exodus, and after the regain occurs, Chow gets the buyback, but we lose VDOT in the process.
Yeah, there's just like little nowhere. There's basically nowhere to go is the problem. And you can see actually that team 19 creeping in. Tiff, we know who that is, don't we? Team we FIFA kill back into the conversation, at least for now, because, well, they're edge of zone. Will they get held? Are they too late? Are they maybe here early enough to grab some semblance of cover and make a play? I don't know, but they need like a 20 kill victory for like a 40-point game to even have a chance. We'll check back in with him in a bit as Shao still undercover. I would love to swap over maybe to team 15 in a fight right now on the south side of this. I cannot imagine Shao's going to be able to make it with the amount of kills that they have right now, but who knows? He gets another buyback. It is still possible.
All right, so if this team loses here, they are done and dusted. But the squad on the opposing side is Team Zach, who is the threshold. They're sitting in 12th place, which now puts Huncho in 15th on the leaderboard. Every fight that these squads take is life or death. And with Savvy Ultras' squad getting wiped, they're in 10th. Now they have to sit and wait.
Savvy Ultras. A third member of that Blade squad that won World Series of Warzone back in 2022, out and watching, waiting, preying on the demise of some of these fringe teams. Huncho, Squad 7, also here still alive. Couple of these squads that really need it. All up, fighting tooth and nail for every inch. 14 teams, Tiff. Top 10 is what you need for the 1.6, top 5, 1.8. All incredibly important moments. There's that Huncho POV. Only 2 up here on the outside. They know there's a flank back there. They see the PDS. They're getting cracked. It's going to force Oki to rotate around the bridge on the other side. Huncho needs to play for placement here.
Oh, it's going to push them straight into Jukies. But they need these points. 6 points separating them from 12th, and they're down to a duo. Every point matters. And if we can get to that 1.6x and let those eliminations matter for more, but FIFA rips that from Tempe.
Wow.
FIFA picks up another. Jukies grabs Prodigy. You said it. They need a 30-point win. And from the outside looking in with the backs against the wall, those are the type of teams that can turn up.
They can. They've got the experience, but it's the exact same moment we were in yesterday with North America. Is it too little, too late? Especially when Jukies is lagging behind. Stay with your team. A cleanup from behind puts FIFA Kill at a disadvantage. 2v2 here on the outside of zone. FIFA Kill shoots back. It's too late, my friend. It's now 2 players on the side of Huncho, right on the fringe. 2 players on the side of FIFA Kill, who's way down in about 26th, 27th going into this map. Again, need a massive one, and Lennon getting cut down. It is all up to FIFA on the right-hand side. I don't think they're going to do it, Tiff. We're going to be seeing that team in LCQs, but lost up above. Cam says not today. We've got all kinds of eliminations. This was our 13th team coming into this. They are doing it all, and Jukies tries to make a play, and Lost says, no, this is my game. I'm going to global finals. I'm putting up the points I need.
It doesn't matter. FIFA's in the dead center, clicks a buyback. I'm pretty sure, again, yes, Juki's tried to come in, but if someone doesn't rip FIFA out of there, he's just trying so hard to stay alive, and Cam's in 13th place, 2 points outside of 12th. They hit the zip to move towards where that circle is pulling to. What can FIFA do? Gets 3K. Who's coming back this time? It's Juki's. Juki's has enough to get Lennon back, but I am saying that they need to be perfect to be able to lock in LAN finals.
There's only 3 other players on the map, and they need like 12 of them, something like that. I don't know. Math will figure itself out. But I'm looking at Kansas squad. They've set up perfectly. They dominated Bazaar. They've got high ground. They are cleaning up team after team after team. Zach needs this as well. PDSing in the gas. They're deep. They need the kills, but they need top 5 so bad. Top 5 might dictate whether they make global finals or not. And with Aydan up in the air, he's got at least a viewpoint to tell them when to go and where to go. What building could they make a move for that doesn't have a full team of 3 in it?
FIFA wipes Chow. FIFA's still alive, laying in wait as everyone has rotated across the way. Now, I don't know what kind of last-minute play is going to come through. Zach gets ripped. Does that squad do enough to breach into the top 12? For now, they're out in 11th.
King Chalk, 16. We got a lot of people that need these points, and King Chalk takes down Bubble Wars, answers back the Ensign, answers, trades back and forth, and comes out of the final 1v1. King Chalk gets them all down. A top team eliminated. No spoilers today, boys. King Chalk's team still in it on the back of the King. They have a chance to make global finals right now. Cam's team, did they do enough? They had a ton of eliminations. They got top 5, I believe, or maybe 6. It's going to be dang close, but this team with the buybacks, this team with the PDS, King Chalk could do it. And who else is there but FIFA Kill last alive for his squad in the center of zone. And we've got 2 more teams, a total of 4 squads, but it is a 3v1 v1v2. This is going to be disgusting, and this could matter for every single team left in this competition.
And King Chalk's in 16th place, looking for eliminations. FIFA wipes another, grabs that full. And now we're down to a 1v3. They have control. The buyback comes through, but it doesn't matter because they're going to look straight to the sky. Jukies is up there lying in wait, has 3 eliminations.